Now, you ask me, do we have control over events in our life? The answer is a little complex. Maybe broadly speaking, we don't have control over the events that happen in our life. That is probably the safest thing to say. If you examine your life, you will find that the most remarkable things that have happened to you, you did not plan for them. And a lot of things that you planned did not happen. So the first thing we find after living a few years of our life is that there is some mysterious force that is shaping the events in our life. For example, the first job that you did, or the first house you lived in, or the first journey that you made, or the first teacher that taught you. If you look at these first things that happened to you, you find that you may not have chosen most of them. And similarly, you plan things, you have dreams, you have aspirations, and you work hard for them. And sometimes you achieve them. So there you find that you had some control over what happened to you. For example, you become a law student and you want to become a lawyer. So the hard work that you do for 3 years in order to obtain a law degree, and eventually you graduate and you become a lawyer. Now, you can say very confidently that you had some control over this event because you could have left the law school anytime you would have chosen. So it seems that we have some control over certain events in our life, but we don't have control over other events that happen to us. And therefore, the concept of control, our control over events, remains fuzzy, and we cannot tell for sure whether we have control over the major events of our life. The way I understand is that the whole concept of control is a misguided concept. And most people who have insights into life would not worry about having control. What we can do is we can aspire, we can have dreams. There's nothing wrong with having dreams. There's nothing wrong with having aspirations. There's nothing wrong with having goals. Once you set your goals, or you have, decided to pursue a dream, you begin to work hard towards it. You think, you make a plan. You say, what things do I need to do in order to achieve the objective that I have set for myself? And after putting in hard work, now it is quite possible that the goal is not achieved. Now you could have two reactions to the non-achievement of the goal. First is that you feel very frustrated, you feel life is unfair, you blame other people who were not helpful in supporting you for your goal. You can actually be very mad at yourself, and you could say, it is my fault, and you could be very harsh on yourself. So you could have a number of reactions over the frustration that you feel when you don't achieve your goal. Now that is very unhealthy. The healthy approach would be that you simply say to yourself that I did my best according to the abilities and resources that I had, and I am not going to waste the rest of my life in resentment or in blaming myself or other people. You move on. So you say to yourself, I made my contributions, I tried my best, but I don't have control over the outcomes of my life. I have control in inputs, but I don't have any control over outputs. And I think this little understanding will give you a new energy and a new concept of living a very successful life, where you keep on making goals, you keep on pursuing dreams, and if you achieve certain dreams, if you achieve your certain goals, you're very grateful, and you're grateful to yourself, you're grateful to all the people around you, and you're grateful to even higher forces. But if you don't achieve your goal, you similarly are happy, even though you did not achieve your goal. And you say, this is probably the best thing that was supposed to happen to me. So it is not fatalism, because in fatalism, you simply submit to what happens to you. But in this kind of thinking, you contribute, you make an effort, you work hard, and you do your best in order to achieve the aspiration, the goal, the dream. But if you don't achieve it, then you submit to the outcome and you move on and you accept the next goal, or you make another goal, or you choose another path. If you're unsuccessful in one town, you move out of that town. You go to another town, you go to another country, you go to another business, you go to another school. So this world is big, and you don't have any rights to complain if in a certain time and in a certain place your aspirations remain unfulfilled. So control we do not have, and and neither do we pursue control. We contribute, we make contributions, we have dreams and we work hard toward them. But we never see our goals in terms of control, because an obsessive focus on control can actually lead to abuse. People who seek control become very abusive, and they become very harsh on themselves and on others. Lack of control is not a problem. Seeking control is the problem. Because when you lack control, that means you're seeking control. So the secret of a good life is not to seek control, but to make an effort, to make contributions, to dream and to work hard for those dreams, never thinking for a minute that you have control over the final outcome.